When car manufacturers start producing things that are not cars, my interest is of course piqued. And when I heard that Ford was making a Bronco e-bike, I had to learn more about it. So Ford actually sent me their Bronco e-bike and I tested it. I've been driving it, or should I say riding it, for the past month, and it's been a complete blast. It's very, very capable. Guys, this video technically is sponsored because if you click my link down below, you can buy one of these. And there's also the Mustang variant as well if you guys prefer a more city-like cruiser. But the Bronco one is kind of like this motocross inspired full suspension e-bike that has all the Ford touches. You know, you can pick your own paint color. You got different Bronco badges. You have the engine start stop button. You have the instrument cluster built in on this thing. It's super cool. So if you're interested, I would appreciate you guys clicking the link down below and it'll take you to Ford's site where you can buy this. It's around $4,500. I know it's on the definitely on the upper end for an e-bike. But if you have something like a Maverick, which I'll show you in this video, me putting it into the back of a Maverick, if you have an F-150 or a Ford truck or a Bronco, stuffing this thing inside of a bed or inside of your Bronco, it seems like a no-brainer. You're going to have about 60 miles of electric range, best case scenario. You can go up to 28 miles per hour. I'll explain how you do that in the video. But electric only is 20 miles an hour. You get 2-year warranty. You got lots of different colors. It's a cool thing, and I can't wait for more manufacturers, car manufacturers, to keep pushing the envelope when it comes to additional e-mobility products. I don't have any mountains in Florida, but without further ado, let's go ahead and throw a leg over this e-bike from Ford and Bronco. It's built by N+, who works directly with the manufacturers to build the most capable e-bikes possible. So let's get on that test drive. Now, we don't have mountains in Florida to test this mountain e-bike here from Ford and Bronco, but I do have a beach. So it's a great place to start this review. Now these tires, while they're fantastic for dirt, this sort of sand, not hardly anything does well unless you have massive, really wide tires. And just walking her up the boardwalk, you turn this guy on just like you would a Ford. The engine start stop button. It is quite interesting that you have a start stop button, but they wanted to make it as similar to starting up a Bronco as possible. You have the Bronco logos here, you have front suspension, rear suspension here. The brakes light up when you hit on the brake lever, 750 watt motor. Most of this I already talked about in the intro. Headlight up front. Let's just go ahead and hit the headlight. You can see that there. I'm a little out of breath riding here, even though we get as much assist as you want, up to about 20 miles an hour. And every time you start the bike, it does start off with 0 e-assist, so you have to press the button here. That'll get us to eco mode. Press it again, normal, sport, and Baja. They all feel about the same to me. I can't tell too much of a difference. You also have 9 different speeds here on your bicycle, or should I say e-bike in this case. With the electric assist though, I'm always in speed number 9, which gets us up to, I did a test earlier, I'm still recovering from it. I got up to like 27 miles an hour. But let's go back this way. U-turn's not too terrible, about the same as my Grom, for example, at home. But the electric assist is fantastic on here, really smooth. A lot of other e-bikes I've tested, it's the on-off application of that e-motor is sometimes a bit jerky, or you get too much torque all at once. Here's this really smooth, very predictable, very refined feeling. And this is where the bike likes to be. 20 miles an hour, you're doing assisted pedaling. All right, that's where you're gonna get the most range. When you're doing some assisted pedaling, okay? I think they say 60 miles of EV range, or should I say combined range. EV only might be a third of that. That's just an estimation. Depends how fast you're going, how warm or cold the battery is. There's just so many different factors. But this is always a good test. I mean, for a mountain bike, you want the e-motor to be powerful enough to pull you uphill, and this is a heavy bike. I'm still topped out. I'm going 20 miles an hour, which is the maximum speed it can go under fully electric, going uphill. All right, maybe we can get a look here. We'll get a look. It's a great thing about e-bikes, right? They take you places that most vehicles can't, all right? And do it so easily and effortlessly. This bike does not have a kickstand, and you do charge it there. Charging port I left open. Charges about 3.5 hours. All right. I have seen manatees down here before, but I don't know if it's manatee season right now. See some jet skis out there, some cranes in the background, always building down here in Southwest Florida. All right. Pretty view out that way too, I would say. But let's go ahead and get on. I don't even need to start pedaling for it to move, which is great. All right, then I can start pedaling when I'm up to speed, so I don't have to fatigue my legs that much. And then once I'm up to speed, I never have to press this button because it'll sense when I'm pedaling. All right, I don't have to hold this button down, only if I don't want to pedal anymore. All right, there's a grassy park right here. I can test the off-road suspension a little bit. Again, no mountains, no boulders, no crazy trails for me to take this on around where I live. But we can take it off-road. Check this out. And it's happy to do off-road. All right, and I'm in fully electric. That's a great thing. Fully electric, going up hills off-road. Suspension doing an amazing job. And look at this drop off. Ah! So much fun. Let's go up this big hill here. Yeah, buddy. Oh man, it's, you know, as much as I love mountain biking, as I miss it a little bit. Yes, no, we don't have mountain bikes, or should I say too many mountain bike trails in Nebraska, but far more than Florida, right? But like having electric assist going up hills is honestly a game changer. So you can get your pedals neutral with the ground, so one pedal's not, you know, you don't have to pedal to go up. It just takes you up, and it's fantastic. All right. And then we're back to pavement. You know, the one thing I would say could be a little bit improved here, but also it's really a mountain bike, so it's not that important for this bike to have an adjustable seat. I like the idea of adjustable seat because it gives me more leverage when I'm pedaling, but this bike's not designed for you to pedal with it. All right, it's designed to be mostly electric driven. And then, yeah, I kind of like pedaling. It just feels natural to me when I'm on a bicycle like this, e-bike or not. All right, and it just gives me smooth application of power. And the great thing is like this lady doesn't need to move. It's a great thing about an e-bike. Like who needs, or specifically an off-road suspension focused e-bike? You know, I'm doing 20 here. Who needs a sidewalk? These big tires just eat up a lot. Now, this is one of the more expensive e-bikes I've tested on the channel, but to be honest with you guys, it's pretty, the suspension is one of the best I think I've tested. And I think, you know, that was one of Ford's big asks out of N+, who they contract manufactured this bike through. It was like, hey, you know, make it look cool, which it does, and make it very capable off-road, which it is, at least in my testing. So if you guys are interested in this e-bike, you know, I wouldn't say I'm completely sponsored because I am reviewing this, honestly, but if you guys are interested, I will get some affiliate kickback on this bike if you end up clicking and purchasing. Would always appreciate that. But it's cool that Ford is reaching out to expand the brand in new ways. You know, at home I also have a Honda Moto Compacto, and it's crazy how, gosh, it's so windy here. Hopefully the mic's not getting blown up by the wind, but it's crazy how different manufacturers have taken expanding their brands with e-mobility. You know, you have Honda with a little Moto Compacto scooter, so get across here. That's really, I mean, that thing is, it needs to have perfectly smooth roads and sidewalks, otherwise it's just way too bumpy. It has no suspension on it. It's a cute little perfect
perfect scenario little runabout. This is really designed to go in a pickup truck, to go in your Bronco, to go in your F-150 or your Maverick. And I'll play some B-roll of it fitting in the Maverick because I actually have one for review this week. So like this would be an excellent companion for the Maverick to take you to your destination where you want to mountain bike, and then you just take this bad boy out of it and start slaying the trails. Now, I've really enjoyed this e-bike more than I thought I would. I didn't know what to expect. I haven't really ridden much e-bikes in a long time, but being on two wheels, whether it's a bicycle, a dirt bike, a motorcycle, it's always just fun. So if you guys enjoy two-wheel coverage, specifically, check out my Crifle Cycles channel where I ride mostly motorcycles on that channel. If you like to see a different aspect of how I cover vehicles outside of automobiles. It is a bit pricey, I know, I get it, but it's a very, very refined e-bike. It's smooth, it's powerful, suspension is fantastic, but you know it's really designed, I'm gonna go through this person's yard, you know it's really designed for the off-road when there's not like, you know, blinkers on here, turn indicators, you know, an adjustable seat, stuff like that. Like my butt's already getting tired, but if you're using it for mountain bikes, you're not sitting still, I should say. You're on and off that saddle all the time.
So if you guys made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you. Go ahead and check out that link for the Bronco e-bike. And don't forget, there's also the Ford Mustang model as well, if you prefer to ride on-road, which it has some benefits over the more off-road style Bronco version that I rode. Thank you guys. Have a great day and peace.